I've been debating coilovers versus lowering springs. Which would you recommend for the daily driver, occasional track day, B8, S4? Which brands would you go with? Okay, so I just want to be full transparency. We are 034 Motorsport. So I don't know if you think you were asking this question of a very independent, unbiased source.
We have a tilt towards this style.
We are ridiculously biased. However, we can also support it and back it up. But Nate and I answer this question a lot. It gets answered quite often. For sure, without question, I would recommend our Dynamic Plus lowering springs. And we discuss this quite often, but we literally design those springs exactly for someone like you who wants to still have comfort on the street, high performance driving on the street, and have something that will hold up to track days. Our springs are a great option for that. Other brand springs on the market, I don't know what they do for engineering and validation, but most of the ones we've tested, most of them, they're typically too low, too stiff, and they don't ride well. They're crashy, and they actually hurt the handling of the car. The only benefit is maybe it's a little bit lower, so it could possibly look cooler if you're into that. The issue with the nice thing about coilovers is they're typically height adjustable, so that means you can tailor the ride height. Sometimes, usually, the shocks are not designed for the full range of height adjustability, which means you can lower the vehicle outside of the range at which the shock absorber for that coilover was designed for. But if you keep
or go too high,
or too high,
some of the shock, the travel is very limited, and you're basically topping out the shock a bunch.
I didn't mention that because I don't know if I've
maybe once or twice. We had somebody install a kit, an aftermarket kit here. We remember that. No, it was different, but same thing as a coilover. So I mean, it's just the way it was designed. It wanted the vehicle to be slammed.
Yeah. And then once you get into coilovers that have adjustable dampers, the chance of you getting those damping settings right to give the optimal level of damping like the factory dampers already have is really, really low. So, and also our springs are about 1/10 the price of a coilover, a competitive coilover. I mean, there's cheaper ones on the market, but a lot of the cheaper ones, like these kind of, I don't want to badmouth any brands, but I mean, typically these coilovers that are from like $600 to $1,500, a lot of them are not good. I think there's some decent stuff by like H&R and Bilstein. They have like kind of drop-in street coilovers. But again, even that's 5 times the cost of our lowering springs, which will give you just as good or better performance. So we could easily release coilovers, and we still might at some points, but every time we talk about it and we have this conversation that I'm having with you, it's like, can we really offer any improvement over something that's 5-10 times the price? And the answer is almost always no. And it's just kind of, why would we do that? Let's continue to invest in our springs, which are frankly the best option for customers out there.